Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about DoorDash drivers struggle to drum up support for a repeat of last year's Valentine's Day strike. So the talks of having strikes on DoorDash seem to always fall on dead ears because, quite frankly, strikes don't work in the gig economy. That said, there are some that end up working pretty well in terms of getting support, more so making an actual effect. There's also other people that are bitching about unionizing and stuff like that, all of which don't actually work. And it seems like either people are wising up or changing strategies, because this year it may look like there's no DoorDash strike on Valentine's Day. So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Last year, a gig economy strike on Valentine's Day saw popular support from drivers for apps like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, with workers refusing to sign on that day in a push for better pay and conditions. You know, there's one thing I will say about a Valentine's Day strike that actually does work. It's a holiday. Some people can actually justify taking the day off on a holiday. So either they are supporting passively, or they're supporting by going out on a date, or they're supporting by actively striking. Either way, there is a point to be said that you can actually make a dent on a holiday if you strike on a day where most people would take off. A year later, enthusiasm for a similar type of work stoppage isn't getting any attraction. On Reddit, a call for DoorDash drivers to strike on February 14th drew more backlash than participants, despite thousands signing up the year prior. You know, it's funny because last year's Valentine's Day strike was actually the second or maybe the third or something like that. And because of that, there was even more strikes, and that gained traction that way. I wonder if people are just wising up at this point that, hey, striking isn't working. We need a different plan. It's not going to have the net results you want. The post eventually got deleted, with mods noting the frequent calls for strikes were getting to be too much. Oh, never mind. It's not even just the strikes being called. It's people just are tired of the strikes coming up in the first place. And you know what? I get it. If you're going to keep calling for a strike and it's not going to do anything, and you're not getting the point that you're an independent contractor that can make their own choices for how they're doing business, and you keep crying about the company not paying you enough, you're acting like a 1099 employee that shouldn't even be in this industry. If you don't want to work on DoorDash, if you're not happy on how things are going at DoorDash, get other gig apps, start working with other companies, and make money that way. Develop an exit strategy. I'll get into the plug later. The newest call to protest hoped to highlight a number of poor working conditions for DoorDash drivers. From hidden tip policies to low base pay that has not kept up with inflation, the initial post read. It's funny that you mentioned the inflation point, because I think it actually kept up with inflation in the opposite effect. Inflation over time has risen the prices of everything significantly, and the prices of DoorDash have kept declining drastically. If we stand together, we can force DoorDash to take our demands seriously. They need us more than we need them. Who's in? Drop a comment and let's make this movement grow, the user said. The push, however, seemed to fall on deaf ears, with many in the 49,000 member DoorDash driver subreddit doubting such a move would make any difference. You see, that's what I'm talking about. In fact, a lot of people I think people are really starting to wise up to it and kind of roll their eyes at the entire concept, especially now that there's so many more gig platforms they could work on that are paying better, and there are more ways that people can make money now. Are you kidding me? Why would you even bother? Cool, I'm gonna pick up so many extra orders that day, one person replied, pointing out just how ineffective strikes like these are without widespread adoption. You see, that's another point. Like, there's gonna be people who will encourage your cause and then drive anyway to make more money. So go ahead, strike if you want. The people who are really grinding are gonna make more. They're probably not gonna make that much more, to be honest, because it's still gonna take the same amount of time to complete each order. But at the same time, yeah, go for it if you want. Some of the better orders will be easier to pick. This again, I can understand and can't argue with the basis behind it, but the fleet is just too large for this to have any real effect. Platforms just toss out some obnoxious peak pay they know will draw as many drivers as possible, another said. I don't know if that's actually true, to be honest. Number one, the peak pay system recently has not really been tapped into. I mean, I think in my Driven Wyld Discord server, if you guys haven't been a part of that, what are you doing? Get on that. One of the things that were pointed out was people were driving in the snow all the time for an extra $1 worth of peak pay. Not like it was a significantly higher amount, like 2, 3, 4, because that's what it used to be back then. Back then, it was $2, $3, $4, and people were still ordering and making that much more. And then there are times where they just shut down everything too, but that's not the point. The point is, like, that's kind of the point. Like, people are just not here for it anymore. This is laughably silly. Not the concept, but the idea that you will have an entire nation of contractors, most who probably don't even use Reddit, unite for a driver strike, a poster added. But last year, an estimated 1,000 plus delivery drivers of popular gig economy apps did protest on Valentine's Day. The effort that year had institutional support. Rideshare Drivers United, an independent association of U.S. rideshare drivers, called on its members to take the day off. On pages on its site for individual cities, the organization asked workers to turn off their apps, hoping a global day of driver action to push companies and lawmakers to address issues. Okay, but you see, that kind of builds into the other point. Like, number one, you need to have support from a large enough and loud enough voice. And number two, probably more important than that, it's Valentine's Day. If they're not actively protesting, they're passively not being a part of the app because Valentine's Day, or they're actually just making money. Period. There's no other option. It also organized in-person protests in several cities. The stoppage received widespread attention, covered in numerous media outlets, with the strike scheduled for a day when couples frequently use the apps to either get rides to dates or order delivery. But it's unclear if the strike had any effect. A spokesperson for Uber at the time deemed it ineffective. In most markets, there are more drivers on the road today than there were during the same period last week, a Uber spokesperson told the Washington Post. Yeah, that's a thing that most people don't consider. If it's not you, they'll onboard a bunch more people who are still on a waiting list in that new bright-eyed feeling to where they could get people hooked on the app still. Despite the push on Reddit, nothing official seems planned this year, with the union's calendar empty on that date. Even the original organizer grew frustrated with the online apathy due to most people's response to take advantage of the strike to make a couple of extra dollars. I'm giving up. My faith in humanity is all gone. Please disregard and continue to bend over for our overlord Tony Zhu. Good luck and good night, he said, referencing DoorDash's CEO. First off, you're going about it in a way to where you're utilizing a union. Don't act like an employee if you're an independent contractor. If you want to be in business for yourself, start acting like it and diversify your gig portfolio and develop an exit strategy. Like, you shouldn't be bending over to Tony's shoe. You're absolutely right. But then relieve yourself from dependence on these apps. Don't just make a lot of noise about it. You will make so much more money with a diversified gig portfolio across many different apps and platforms, and developing an exit strategy and treating the gig economy like an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not simply the goal. One of the best places you can accomplish that is through the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company, as well as other scalable opportunities. Driven Wyld is also kicking off its Dispatching for Beginners course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers drivers get more opportunity. Whether you're a gig worker or looking for more opportunities to earn or develop an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge, what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and more scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description to get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. And with that said, this is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Strikes don't work if you're in business for yourself. Why do you want to depend on a single platform to make you money? And that's not even just counting on DoorDash. That's not even just a DoorDash thing. Like, one of the things that a lot of people argue about is a W-2 job being a safer bet. It really isn't. The reality is that if they fire you out of your 40-hour work week job, what happens to you? Now, really think about that for a second. You work 40 hours a week for one company and you're making 100% of your bills with that money and you get fired. Boom, gone. You're done. Good day, sir. You lost 100% of your income. One of the benefits of having a diverse gig portfolio is simply if one app doesn't pay you well, you have 10 others that will. Like, are you on all these apps? Are you on UberEats, Grubhub? Are you diversifying your verticals? Are you in grocery delivery, package delivery, medical courier? Are you working on getting contracts available to yourself so that way they're more valuably paying? Do you have an exit strategy? Again, the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal, not the goal. Because you know what happens if you keep bitching about the problem and having strikes on the subject? The person representing you on the strike may not actually fulfill all the needs that the strike actually had. Like, one thing that happened with the actors and writers strike is that they got a lot of pay bumps, but they didn't fight the AI issue. And what happens when DoorDash has a strike issue? Moderators just remove the post and say, you know what, this is too much. Like, you guys are getting out of hand with it and you're not getting any traction. And quite honestly, Uber made a good point. If you guys won't drive, they'll onboard people that will. There's a wait list for a reason. All in all, just do yourself a favor. Don't depend on anybody else for your income except for you. No one's going to look out for your financial safety better than you are. That's a proven fact. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.